Just another brick in the wall, the border wall. Pros and cons. Let's get started. What is a border wall? A border barrier is a separation barrier that runs along an international border. Such as barriers are typically constructed for border control purposes to include curbing illegal immigration, human trafficking, and smuggling. Let's conversate. Is the wall a need or a want? Let's cover the price and the time to complete the construction of the wall. Target goals and projections. Lastly, the impact on America. Is the wall a need or a want? Americans do not want a wall. Overall, only 4 in 10 favor building a wall. Will it prevent illegal crossings? Migrants can always find alternative routes to crossing the border. There are better methods for deterring illegal entry. In 2017, more than 600,000 people who entered the U.S. illegally by air or sea, not land. The American people have spoken. Statistically, the expansion of the border is not a need, and we do not want it. Let's cover price and time to complete construction. Let's start with size of the wall. The size of the wall is approximately 1,150 miles long, 40 feet high, 10 feet into the ground, and 1 foot wide. Material costs: $8.7 billion in concrete, $3.6 billion in steel. Labor needed for the construction of the wall: an estimated $12.3 billion. Land acquisition. How much land is needed to complete the construction of the wall? Approximately $300,000 per mile acquired, or approximately $200 million altogether. Total cost for the construction of the wall: an estimated $25 billion. Total time needed to complete the construction of the wall: approximately 8 years. Time we have, but the longer the build takes to complete, the more money as Americans we will have to pay to fund the build and the complete construction of the wall. Target goals and projections. Will a border wall save lives? That's the question we need the answer to. An effective border wall will minimize the amount of illegal immigrants attempting the potentially fatal journey if a 30-foot wall is the visual at the finish line. Will it reduce illegal immigration, smuggling, and trafficking? To reach a 30-foot wall, one would need a ladder at the ready. This would slow down violators. It's inevitable. Vehicles carrying weapons, drugs, sex slaves, or even worse, would have to stop, as there would be no point of entry. Will the wall protect private property? The target goal is to limit criminal mobility, which would force them to carry their stolen loot over the wall using a ladder on their way back, prevent automotive theft. The impact on America. Due to the expansion of the wall and continuous pressure on Mexico to pay for the wall, this may result in a trade war that would negatively affect the U.S. consumers. The president could force the American taxpayer to fund construction of the wall. That would be us, our pockets. Is this making America great again? The construction of the wall would ruin home to many native animals, insects, and plants. I ask you, is this making the environment great again? Now let's cover the pros and cons of the construction of the border wall. Pros: at least target goals. Illegal immigration would lessen. Patrolling would simplify, using less man hours, less labor. Safety would increase. That's inevitable. The cons, the high cost of the construction of the wall. Barriers. Are we as Americans pushing the needle for cultural divide? Will illegal immigration stop? No, it won't. It may lessen, as that's the target goal, but it won't completely stop. Environmental hazards. At what expense do we really need to push the construction of this wall? Do you believe the border wall should be the decision of the American people? You? Do you feel we are attempting to increase the protection in this country or pushing the needle of cultural divide? Wherever your beliefs lie, just remember that each and every one of your decisions, the decision of the president and the decisions of the Americans of this country that are made now, will shape the outcome of our future.